A man accused of killing an Old Dominion University student a decade ago finally went before a judge today. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Hudson.
And I'm Regina Mobley. Rashad Dooley will remain behind bars. He's one of 4 men charged in the 2011 murder of Christopher Cummings. He was the nephew of the late Congressman Elijah Cummings of Maryland. 10 on your side's Aesia Toliver has an update from court.
Rashad Dooley appeared in Norfolk Circuit Court this morning for a bond hearing. He was not granted bond, but his bond hearing was the first of all of the co-defendants in this case. In Dooley's bond hearing, the prosecutor said the homicide was the result of an alleged drug and money robbery gone bad.
What they're characterizing Mr. Dooley to be is a getaway driver. I don't think they theorize that he ever entered into the house, that he possessed a weapon, tried to rob anybody.
The Commonwealth's attorney claims the victim, Christopher Cummings, was a small-time marijuana dealer and full-time ODU student at the time. And the suspects allegedly showed up at his home to steal weed and cash, then ended up killing him. Cummings was murdered in his home off West 42nd Street in June of 2011. The suspects are also accused of shooting his roommate, Jake Carey, 5 times. Carey survived the shooting. The other 3 suspects who weren't in court today are 32-year-old Kwame Edwards, 31-year-old Javon Doyle, and 30-year-old Ahmad Watson. So what was the big break in the case after all these years? The prosecutor alleges some of the suspects bragged about their involvement to other inmates, and those inmates are working with investigators. We asked Dooley's defense attorney what he made of that evidence.
It just defies common sense that somebody years later would be quote-unquote bragging about it. Also, what I heard was a lot of this was not from Mr. Dooley, but a lot of this was from co-defendants who are telling other inmates that they were involved in this, and then they inject Mr. Dooley's name into this. So most of the jailhouse confessions that I heard were not even from my client.
Dooley's next hearing date is set for December 7th, and a trial date for this case has not been set yet. In Norfolk, I'm Aesia Toliver, 10 on your side.